The poet William Wordsworth was born in April 1770 in Cumbria, in England's Lake District. His sister Dorothy, later herself a poet and diarist, was born the next year, and the two remained close all their lives. As children, they lived in a grand house owned by one of England's great aristocrats, the Earl of Lonsdale, for whom their father worked as a legal agent. But this meant he was often away. Then, when William was 8 and Dorothy 7, their mother died. Dorothy was sent to live with relatives, and William was packed off to a grammar school, and they didn't see each other again for 9 years. In 1787, William went to Cambridge, took long walking tours in the Alps of France, Switzerland and Italy, and began publishing poems. In 1791 he visited revolutionary France and became enchanted with the Republican movement and a young French woman, Annette Vallon, who bore him a daughter. But Robespierre's reign of terror left him thoroughly disillusioned with the French Revolution, and the war that broke out between Britain and France kept him, Annette, and their daughter apart for years. In 1795, at 25, he had a stroke of luck. He received a substantial legacy from a friend who died young, which effectively subsidized his career as a poet. That same year, he met Samuel Taylor Coleridge in Somerset and published with him the poetry collection Lyrical Ballads, in which he defined poetry as the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings, taking its origin from emotion recollected in tranquillity. Here are 3 of Wordsworth's poems which I think perfectly exemplify that definition, starting with an extract from Recollections of Early Childhood. Our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting. The soul that rises with us, our life's star, hath elsewhere its setting, and cometh from afar. Not in entire forgetfulness, and not in utter nakedness, but trailing clouds of glory do we come from God who is our home. Heaven lies about us in our infancy. Shades of the prison house begin to close upon the growing boy, but he beholds the light, and whence it flows, he sees in it his joy. The youth who daily farther from the east must travel is still nature's priest, and by the vision splendid is on his way attended. At length the man perceives it die away and fade into the light of common day. This is an interesting theme repeated in his poem, The World is Too Much With Us. The world is too much with us. Late and soon, getting and spending, we lay waste our powers. Little we see in nature that is ours. We have given our hearts away, a sordid boon. This sea that bears her bosom to the moon, the winds that will be howling at all hours, are upgathered now like sleeping flowers. For this, for everything, we are out of tune. It moves us not. Great God, I'd rather be a pagan, suckled in a creed outworn. So might I, standing on this pleasant lea, have glimpses that would make me less forlorn, have sight of Proteus rising from the sea, or hear old Triton blow his wreathed horn. But in truth, Wordsworth never lost his joy in the sheer beauty of the world, as he proves in his famous poem, The Daffodils. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze, continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way. They stretched in never-ending line along the margin of a bay. 10,000 saw I at a glance, tossing their heads in sprightly dance. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not but be gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. For oft, when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills, and dances with the daffodils.